It actually started with a project on Carmen Miranda's 100th anniversary that would have happened in early 2009. I got very interested in finding out why that iconic image of hers. And it so happened that that image came about through a movie that she was doing, Banana da Terra, in 1939, that had a song composed by Dorival Caymmi called O Que É Que a Baiana Tem, meaning, what is it about the Bahian woman? And the song spoke about the way that the Bahian woman dressed. And what she did was she kind of made that into her own interpretation, and she created, Carmen was very fashion driven. And so she designed, that whole costume, and it became an image for her, it kind of stuck. You say Carmen Miranda and everybody thinks fruit on the head. Actually, she didn't always wear that. That costume was, that one head dress was done specifically for one movie. The Gang Is All Here, I believe, in 1943. But anyways, because of that, I started looking into her repertoire and the stuff that she had recorded, and over again, Dorival Caymmi's name kept popping up. With this song and that song and the other song, and I go, whoa, this is absolutely fantastic. That got me really interested in looking into his music. I found some great treasures through Carmen, especially. She recorded Roda Peão, which I actually recorded on the CD. It was a song that, to me, it was almost like a folkloric song. I did not know at the time, that song was a Dorival Caymmi composition. I didn't know that it had this absolutely gorgeous intro and outro, but I only remembered the body of the song.
Roda peão, bambeia peão, roda peão, bambeia peão.
Caymmi's music is a bridge between two very important movements in Brazilian music, Brazilian popular music, I should say. There was the great sambas, of the 20s and 30s, and then the bossa nova of the 50s and 60s. His music falls right in there. It's right that bridge that takes, from the sambas into the bossa nova, I think. As a matter of fact, he inspired Antônio Carlos Jobim very much. There are some great footage of things that they have done together, and if you YouTube it, you will find it. There's some great stuff there. His songbook is humongous. And it's very diverse as well. He composes in two very different lines. I had to narrow it down to 80 songs to start really digging into it. And I picked pretty much the 80 songs that focused on a line that is most familiar to me, which is his sambas, his ballads, and his samba canção. He does compose in a whole different line as well that might become a sequel at some point, because it is actually very interesting. Had to come down to 12, or wanted to come down to 12, was not able to do that, ended up with 15 great songs. I'm very happy with what we came up with. And these are all songs that have really great meaning to me. Songs like Roda Peão, as I had mentioned before, that I grew up with as we played top. That actually, Roda Peão means spinning the top, right? And that's what we used to do, and we used to sing that. I had no clue. So that was one of the songs. The other one, another one on the CD is Marina, which is a beautiful ballad where he very softly talks about this girl that should not be putting any makeup on because she's just pretty just the way she is. And I have great memories of my dad singing it. I'm the baby of 5 girls, so I have great memories of my dad singing that to all of us as we were starting to experiment with makeup and so on and so forth. There were songs such as Doralice and Samba da Minha Terra that João Gilberto immortalized on his Gats Gilberto CD. And I have been singing these songs for a long time, and I figured that it would be a good time to, you know, make a record of it. And Roses, that's Rosas, which is a song that has English lyrics to it.
Love is a wonderful thing. The rest of my life I will bring her roses and roses and roses of love.
It was recorded in 1975 or 76 by Sarah Vaughan on a project that was produced by Aloysio de Oliveira, who, going back to all the connections and all the beautiful things that I've been discovering through this project, Aloysio de Oliveira was Carmen Miranda's band director, or music director, if you will, in the 30s. So here he is doing a project with Sarah Vaughan, singing Roses and Roses in English with Dorival Caymmi. Wow, this is, you know, this is all coming together. This is amazing. It's been, this whole CD has been a wonderful journey in that sense. You know, great discoveries, great findings, really sweet. But the whole concept of the CD for me was, from the get-go, I wanted to do the CD very simple. I wanted the music to be very soft, you know. My whole idea was to do a piano or a guitar, and instead of using drums, I wanted to use percussion. Leo Traversa is the master, you know, and his bass. I love doing records with him, so obviously LT is back on this one. Fernando Melindo, I had just worked with him in Brazil. We met in Brazil, we did this great project. He was coming to the US to visit, and I said, oh really, I have a little project for you. How about writing some arrangements for a Dorival Caymmi project? And he jumped right into it, which was fantastic. Then, you know, because I wanted to do the very percussive sound, who else but Ayrton Moreira. Ayrton and I go back a long, long way. As a matter of fact, his wife, Flora Purim, wrote the liner notes for my very first CD. But so Ayrton and I have been trying to work together for a long time, and scheduling conflicts never made it happen. This time it worked. So I feel very blessed to have had him join us. Jay Ashby, I have no words to describe his invaluable participation on this. He collaborated with me on 3 previous projects. He co-produced 2 of my other CDs. He is absolutely great. He can get me to do things that I never think I could. Mrs. Ashby, who plays percussion on this project as well. What a great experience it's been for all of us to have him around. And then Eric Susoff played guitar on some of them, and Eric and I have been working together for some 12, 13 years here in Pittsburgh. And I also had Marty Ashby come in, play on Requebra, que eu dou dois. It was so Marty. On Roses and Roses, because it was a waltz, that really asked for a little drum set. Tom Wendt is a drummer with whom I've been working as well for maybe 5 or 6 years now. You know, he is so subtle in his playing that he belonged in that song. So, you know, you just kind of, you incorporate his spirit and you live it up. And you go to Maracangalha. That's Dorival for you. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Eu vou de uniforme branco, eu vou de chapéu de palha.